I'm sharing my screen now. Once you're able to see the presentation, just say yes in chat box. So that we can start the session.
Visible, sir.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so this is going to be the last topic in IS 101, which is management information system. In other way of telling it is management reviews or MRM. So MRM will do basically for ISO management systems. I think if I'm not wrong, clause number 9.2 or 9.3. Based on that, once in 6 months, we used to do the management review systems. In some companies, they do MIS, management information system, or MIS meetings on monthly basis with respect to the performance of various departments in the organizations. Okay, fine. How many of you attended MS meetings in your organizations? Maybe some people call as monthly review meetings also. No one?
Sir, can you
Okay,
repeat the
fine.
question?
How many of you attended these MAS meetings or monthly review meetings with the management?
Yeah, you're talking about safety committee meetings, no, monthly.
No, safety committee meeting is different. But here, what will happen? Here, they will discuss all the department performances and safety as well. No
Okay.
worries. We'll get into the topic so that you'll get the idea.
Okay.
Definitely, most of you have attended these meetings. Basically, MIS it talks about the management information system. Typically, here we'll talk about safety, but in a practical way, most of the MIS systems also discuss the other departmental performance also. So, if you see a management information system, it should be effective between the safety department and the top management of the company to appraise the work being done by the department. So hence we are talking about the safety diploma. So here we see specific to the safety department how this MIS works, because once you are presenting the performance of the department, if you say safety department, it is not the performance of the safety department, it is the performance of the organization. If I say department, it's just a plan versus actual. So safety department has planned 10 TBTs, I mean toolbox talks, 10 uh, on class programs, or maybe they have planned one mock drill, or they have planned one external training, and they have planned 10 inspections or 2 audits. So against we will see the actuals. Out of planned, how many are actually implemented or executed or performed? This is the other side of the safety department. Then another side will see the company's performance. For example, so in last month there are 10 units in India. A company is holding 10 units in India. So the corporate team is presenting the monthly performance. There we see month-wise comparison. For example, Unit A, there are 2 reportable accidents in last month. In this month, it's been 1 or 0. So if you see overall, in last month there is no reportable incidents at all. But in the current month, there is a 1 incident. Or if you see a quarter-wise, last quarter, there is no incident. In this quarter, there is an incident. It talks about 2 ways. One is departmental performance, one is organizational safety performance in a large. So similarly, it should be developed or extended from the bottom line management and also outside the authorities to provide the quick and also tabulated information in a wide areas of safety, health, and environment. So basically, it is a quick review. You are not going to explain, Okay, I have done 10 inspections. We are not going to explain all the checkpoints in the inspections. Basically, we give a summary to the management, and also if any authority ask, so what is the safety systems. So typically customers, they may ask us, okay, can you show the safety performance of the company, or how safety management systems are implemented, what kind of controls you are having in your process, etc. So there we'll give the summary of the departmental performance. So how, like, out of 10 inspections, so we have identified five critical observations. So out of those five critical observations, we have categorized, which are immediately needed in attention, or which can be done in within 15 days, or which can be done in within 30 days based on the giving the category. So high risk or low risk or medium risk observations, so that we are going to present with the management to get the because every action, it involves the financials. Ultimately the management has to give the financial approval. So such a crisp information will give. For example, with respect to the training programs, how many planned and how many executed. With respect to the audits, so how many audits we have conducted, how many non-conformities, NCs are identified, how many are closed or how many are still open, and what will be the reason for still those action points are open. Is there any involvement of management which is required, or is there any additional implementation constraints or any other constraints which are there to execute those actions. So it should be always a crisp and also a tabulated form, not is going to be a theoretical manner. So always the management prefers a bar chart or a
Are
pie
you
chart.
speed or not engine?
Sorry, no, I'm not. I'm in the first slide only. I'm in the first slide only.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Now we'll see, if you see the type of information for the safety. So what kind of information we usually present? Anybody can give an answer from the safety department. For example, you're giving monthly review meetings. I don't know, in all the companies, most of the companies, it used to happens. Apart from safety committee, quarterly meetings or monthly meetings, monthly review meetings, what kind of information basically we will present?
Lagging and leading indicators.
Yes, that is the wide answer. So you can put all the small steps in the lagging and leading indicators. If I say lagging indicators, what and all we can keep?
LTAR,
I think
recordable incident.
all incidents we can keep, right? Even first aid we can keep, LTS we can
Yeah.
keep, fatals or any property damage cases, everything which has impact on the company or people. Okay, all those things we can keep. So if you say leading indicators, we can have near miss reporting, unsafe action reporting, unsafe condition reporting, safety suggestions, training programs, inspections, audits. All these things we can show it as a leading indicators, which will help us on the prevention of accidents. Okay, good. So we'll see what kind of different types of information the management is interested, or the management must and should they know the status. One is operational, legal, tactical, or strategic information. So basically, if you see an operational side, in case of any process controls are required, or the process controls are not in a proper working condition, fire protection system, inspection reports, any test reports with respect to any pressure vessels or lifting tools and tackles, or any safety relief wall, NRVs, etc., etc. Even environmental monitoring results which are deviating from the standard parameters, even training programs. Training programs, sorry,
12.
because any question? Okay,
No, sir.
thanks. Okay. Got two messages here. Slide is not changing. Okay, that I have answered. Okay. So training programs, how many we have planned and how many of them executed, how many are pending. Even training programs also is a typical task. I mean, not commenting on, all the organizations, but there are few organizations, it is going to be a nightmare for safety department to conduct a training program. Okay, then legal, with respect to legal reports or returns filing, like even waste returns or annual returns with respect to environmental statements, and even updated laws in case of any statutory requirement updates, if any updates have there, even those updates also the management should know, especially I say, for example, renewal of license or any license fees, etc., etc. But in some organizations, safety department itself, it takes care of all this updation of this licenses, etc. But in some companies, HR and safety does. In some companies, a personal department will be there. They will take the technical help of safety team, and all administrative activity done by the personal department, or there is another name actually, legal department will be there. They used to take care. And also regarding accident information or industrial activity and compensations in case of any such cases, we have to report. Then tactical, so where we have immediate action which is required, so procurement of any safety equipment, assessing the training needs or any daily reports. So where the financials are involved, where the management immediate attention is required. Sometimes what will happen, the factors department or fire department, they will come for a visit and they give some observations. They may give it time that within 30 days you have to implement all these corrections and you have to submit the report. So those cases, whatever the immediate attention is required, or any procurement in case of any accident happened, there is a lack of or sufficient PPE. In such cases, we have to put that information. Then a strategic, where we need long-term planning. Maybe long-term planning, I can give an example of fire protection systems. Mostly in the few organizations, they establish in long time. In those days, there is no fire NOC, etc. So typically, they'll plan for 1 to 2 fire extinguishers and they used to run the show. But maybe in the latest regulations, so all the organizations undergoing through this fire NOCs, especially I can say steel roll mills. Previously, there is no NOC requirement or there is no fire hydrant requirement. Now all the organizations, they are going for fire hydrant systems. Those kind of things which will be there, which required for the long-term planning. And apart from that, there are few another informations also will be there. It is up to the organization or management, the areas where they want to see on monthly basis. So if you see how the communication flows, it is going to be a loop effective communication system to the safety department should be effective, arranged based on existing organization setup. And this is a simple chart. How the information will go? So always the safety department will work on a two-way communication. So you will give the communication and also will take the feedback from the others. So we always work with top management. We always work with training. We always work with environmental department. But in some cases, it is environmental separately. But in few organizations, the EHS team will be there. But in few organizations, only safety and health and environmental department will be a separate section or division, I can say. Then we work with purchase, instrument, maintenance, product department, and fire department. This is also one area. A few organizations have a separate fire officer and fire department. Okay, this is how a safety department used to coordinate with all other departments. Yes, there are a few causes of a failure of this management information system. So basically, how it's get a failure. The few causes are insufficient, incorrect, or erroneous information is incorrect information. So the information is not sufficient. So basically, what will happen, especially during the presenting of, with my personal experience on accident investigations, we used to face such a kind of typical situation that we do a basic accident investigation, will come up with the corrective actions. The management may think in a different manner and they may cross question why only this suggestion. In such cases, if you are not prepared well for that meeting, so it will go wrong or it may fail. So whatever the meeting, whatever the agenda you have defined, you should have a clear understanding on the points which you have presented in the PPT. If somebody cross questions it, the presence of mind is very much important for the safety officers. So you will get so many cross questions, unwanted questions or unnecessary questions or stupid questions. Put it in a bluntly, most of the stupid questions used to get, especially on investigations of accidents, because everybody feel that okay, I'm safety officer only that time during the review. So presence of mind and patience is a good quality for a safety officer. Everybody has to develop it. And no two-way communications. Sometimes what will happen because of no two-way communication, in the sense, again I will take the example of accident investigation. They won't cooperate in case of any accident happen in production or maintenance. So with the knowledge, then with the support of shop floor people or the evidences which we got, then we come up with suggestions and we present in the meeting. Then during the meeting, a production team comes and they will object it. So in such cases also, it get failure. They won't accept. Sir, ये practically implement करने के लिए नहीं होता है. Sir, ये solution ठीक नहीं, हम दूसरा कर सकते हैं. Then what they would have done before. So because these cases are trying to cornering the safety department, hence we are doing a policing job, but not with the all the organizations, but there are such people. How we have seen in safety committee, different types of people will be there in the organizations. We should know how to deal with all those kinds or types of people. Confused reporting, maybe jumbling answers from here and there, or instead of presenting in one report, you are presenting a different report. Then poor exchange of information, then poor system communications. So the communication is not went well while presenting the data. And insufficient employee involvement, again it is going to the same example with the point number 2. And untrained employees, this is also one failure. Untrained employees, in the sense, even for the each meeting, how like in a HAZOP there will be a one leader who control the entire technical team to come out of the each point or node of discussions. So herely the people should trained on how to behave in the meetings or their scope of talk. No system of feedback receiving from the improved of MAs, so people will just they listen and go, even they won't give any observations. There are few managements, they just see the presentation, they'll not talk anything. Okay, tata, bye bye. So that is also situations. There is no feedback receiving. Over a period of time, what will happen? It's just a namesake presentations. No advanced planning to meet and control the emergencies, and no advanced planning for production of MIS, like steps to prevent various viruses, computers, etc. These are all are minor ranges, or sometimes system failure. The PPTs are not opening. You're not able to, maybe laptop issues, etc., etc. Okay. Now we'll see. I think how many of you know about direct and indirect cost, or iceberg theory of accident cost analysis. Okay, fine. So this is going to another topic, which is talking about the accident. So as we know, accident, which is unplanned or unwanted event, which resulting in damage of property or human injuries and property damage or environmental pollution. So it will definitely have two types of cost involved behind the each accident: a direct insured or tangible, or a indirect uninsured or intangible cost. Okay, so if we see this, so have you seen this before? So this is
The
how
slides are not moving.
1 second, which slide you are in?
4.
Fourth one, sir.
Fourth one.
4. 1 second, 1 second please. Now you're able to see, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. What I do is I'll put it in the same manner. Okay, this we have covered, this we have seen. This is the cost of the accidents. Now we'll see this one. So if you see how a management or the people will see the accidents, maybe in the past or over a period of time, how these are look like. So always we see even the Titanic ship, the most biggest ship, the accident happened because of the tip of the iceberg. They have not seen the huge block which is underneath the water. So if you see this accident cost, basically in the tip you could see only the medical cost and also the compensation cost, which is insured or insurable. And the other side, you have so much which is not visible on immediate. So one like a building damage, which is the indirect cost, tool and equipment damage, a product and material damage, production delays and interruptions, then legal expenses, then expenditure of emergency supplies and equipment, interim equipment, then investigation time, because during the investigation time also will not do any production, even wages paid for the time lost, again cost of hiring if somebody got injured or died, then training and replacement and overtime, so spending to recover the accidental lost time. I mean, in the sense the production loss hours, we used to ask others to do an overtime to meet the customer deadlines, then extra supervisory time and loan of the business, all etc etc. Okay, these all are the uninsured or indirect cost of an accident. So basically on an immediate basis we could see only medical and compensation, those are insured or a direct cost, and the bottom ones are uninsured or indirect cost of the accident. Okay, this is the one thing. Now we'll get into the topic. So there is another slide I'll show you. Yeah, this is direct and indirect accident. If you see a direct cost, basically this includes a compensation, as I shown you in the picture, paid to the injured person or an insurance premium, medical or hospital expenses, even transport charges, which are directly paid by the employer. The direct costs are easy to calculate as their money value is directly available. Another one, workers' legal compensation or accident insurance premiums, then medicine bills or hospitally or dispensary charges, and even extra compensation paid to the injured worker or his family. Okay, these are the direct causes which will be there. And the second one, which is the indirect cost, just a second please. Okay, the second one, which is an indirect cost, where there are many types or which need a careful consideration, because there a lot of money which is involved in the indirect cost. Okay, and we also called as these are hidden cost as well. So because as we seen in the iceberg, the tip will be it is in a visible cost, who can see immediately, which is underneath the water, it is in the hidden cost. It is more significant than the direct cost. I can say it is 3 times or 10 times or 100 times the direct cost. Okay, so here what we do, so all the indirect cost many types and also need careful consideration to determine the equivalent money value, and use of cost data sheets and also other methods to have developed to calculate indirect cost. And they include cost of wages paid, working time lost by the insured workers or other than the workers compensation payments, cost of wages paid for the working time lost, then the net cost to repair or replace the materials and equipment that was damaged in the accident. So here the compensation we paid for the even if the employees are not working, maybe in case of accident happened, the operations was shut down, but still those days or 3 days or 4 days we are going to pay the salaries, but still there is no production happening on those days. And even repairs of the machineries, equipments and buildings due to the damage of the as a result of an accident. Excuse me. Can you please mute anybody? Samsung SM. Sorry. Okay. So extra cost due to the overtime work necessity by the accident. So as I mentioned, to meet the customer delivery date or deliverable dates, we do ask the workers to spend an extra hours to meet the requirements. And the cost of wages paid to the supervisors for their time required for the activities necessity by accident, again that is also extra cost. Wage cost due to a decreased output of injured workers after return to the work. So even the performance, previously he may producing 100 parts a day. If I take in a automobile company, he is doing 100 parts welding, but after the accident he is able to perform only 80 pieces or 90 pieces. That is also a indirect cost. Then cost of learning period and the preparation of new workers. So if somebody lost their lives, for the replacing them, definitely we'll hire the new people again. Definitely we'll have training period 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. That is also an indirect cost for the company. An uninsured medical cost borne by the company. Uninsured means definitely the insurance will be have for 1 lakh based on the designation of the employees or workers, maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakhs or 5 lakhs. The over and above in case of any expenses which had happened, that is also an indirect cost to the company. Then a cost of time spent by the higher officers, outsiders, and also the clerical works of the investigations in the restarting the production, also processing, compensation applications, procedures, and other administration. So this is completely talks about the negotiations or the inspector of factories visits or government official visits. They used to come and see the facility. They used to investigate, and they will give the report till the point of time they will give a clearance. We are not supposed to restart those operations. All those costs also involved. Even we know other. I mean, I should not say here, but all other expenses also will be there to make up such situations. Then cost of work interruption due to idle machines and also work stoppage and spoilage. Work means stoppage or spoilage are same. So due to the interruptions, because what will happen in a big factory, there are 10 workshops. In case of one workshop met with an accident, all the workshops gets stopped or shut down due to the compensation issues or etc. etc. Then cost of property, so including material and equipment damage due to the accident, also uninsured other costs, and also miscellaneous other expenses. So all these are various indirect cost which will which will come up as a result of an accident. Okay, there are other things. I think here, if you see as a tip of an iceberg, here we have only injury and ill health, and underneath that we have so much the costs are involved: lost time or extra wages, extra training, sick pays, production delay, even fines, yes, penalties, this we have not covered. Loss of contracts, yes, because of name issue. If there are frequently accidents happening, what will happen? The customer or the client, he may cancel your orders. Then legal cost, as I said, damaged products and building, this we have covered. Damaged equipments we have covered. Clearing the site in the sense, in case of any major spillage happens, so there we'll also have extra costs involved on cleaning such contaminations. Okay, then we'll have investigation time and also insurance premiums and loss of reputation. This is all also the indirect cost of an accident. Okay, so again, the typical example, so medical and compensation expenses and uninsured costs are building damage, tools and equipment, products, production delays, interruptions, and many other things, etc., etc. Okay, okay, yes. How many of you know this about MOS? Have you heard about?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how it works?
Sir, bracket of division like that, no, sir?
Yeah, basically it is a sequence of how you we do the calculations. Correct, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the sequence we have to follow to do an equation or any formula? Sorry?
For doing the mathematical calculation, sir,
Yes,
for that,
yes. We use this Bode-Motion equation. Okay, thanks. Yes. Now we have seen a cost of an accident and also safety information system. Now we'll try to understand various safety KPIs, which are severity rate or frequency rate, accident rate, etc. And also we'll try to calculate with some examples. Okay. Okay, fine. So have you seen this formula before? Okay, sorry. We have less than a minute. We have 30 seconds. I'm stopping here. In case of any questions, you can ask me. In the second session, we'll continue.
Sir, what is 10 to the power of 6?
That is in a standard this thing. I can say constant. We used to